everyone for allowing us the privilege, the honor to get up here and speak, share our story. And today we've been asked to share our biggest lessons in Montevideo. Being that I didn't go to school, I had a lot of lessons in Montevideo. Okay? Guys, first of all, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a background. You know, my dad passed away when I was a year old. My dad came to the United States from the Dominican Republic, started selling fruits in the street corners, graduated to a little truck, graduated to a grocery store, supermarket. Next thing you know, my dad passes away of a heart attack when I was a year old. Grew up with my stepdad, who we didn't really get along at the age of 5 years old. He came into my life, and I thank God that my life was as tough as it was, because it made me the person who I am today, and I thank God for that. I'm glad I wasn't spoon-fed, because I wouldn't have the ambition that I have today. As a kid, guys, we've always been very money motivated. Now, one thing I gotta say first, my biggest blessing in life, guys, has been my beautiful wife, Sahi. Let me tell you why. This gal has been with me since we're 12 and 15. But she supports me in everything that I do. We've always been big dreamers. Sahi and I pretty much grew up together, and our whole life has been swinging from one dream to the next, from one opportunity to the next. Never network marketing our first time. We say always it's like Tarzan, swinging from one swing, whatever it's called, to the next. Yeah, I got some notes here. Guys, early on when we were teenagers, I want to share this because it's very important, and I love the fact that people like Randy Schrader get up here, and they become transparent. Brig and Leader Heart. I remember when I first met Brig, I came to an event, West Palm Beach or somewhere. He was speaking, and he got up there, and he talks about how he was smoking this, that, the other, hippie. I can never get it right, even though I've heard it 1,000 times, but I could relate to him. I can relate to it, and I thank God that he was transparent and honest, because he spoke about all the things that he used to do, and I said, oh my God, that's me. The only difference is that I never served, and he stopped doing all that. That was the only difference, but so I'm gonna be transparent today. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. We got a taste of freedom early on, guys. I dropped out of high school, like you guys know, because I went out there chasing my dreams. And unfortunately, when we grew up, the people who had everything that we wanted were up to no good. So we got, I got involved in all sorts of crazy things. But we got a taste of freedom, guys. Why am I talking about this? Do you know why you're doing this, guys? You're doing this for freedom, but do you even know what freedom is? I got a taste of it early on, guys. Like I said, there was 1 year, again, I'm just gonna be transparent. I thought I was rich. I called it ghetto rich. You know, during 1 year, we made a lot of money, guys. And I thought that was it. I bought Sahi a BMW when she was 18 years old. She didn't have a license yet. That's how we do it in New York City. But I thought we were rich, guys. I thought we were financially set, and oh my God, that felt so great. And we went broke like in 2 months, 3 months, because easy money come, easy money go, easy come, easy go. So, but guys, listen, if you don't know what you're building this business for, you won't stick around long enough to do it. I was willing to. Look, I knew this. I was gonna get this done. I was gonna die trying. Period. Why? Because I know why I was doing this. I know what this tasted like. I know what it was like. So now I have to get up in the morning and go to work. So just okay.
He has had 4 brains and like 5 energy drinks, guys. So
thank you. Great point. Let me tell you something. If you guys are serious about this business, every single morning, this is how you start. You take 4 energy drinks, 4 brains, and you go out there and tear this business up, guys. It's a winner. Come on. All right? So anyway, I've got to taste the freedom, guys. Something very important that I need to know, I need to share, because a lot of people say, Mike, is it true that you were really picking up garbage? We were, but let me tell you why. Because I didn't want to go get a job. We've done that. We've done the 70 hours a week. I've done that 70 hours a week, and I know right away that I'm not programmed, I'm not wired for that. I sold cars 70 hours a week. I saw the guys in the cubicle 25 years older than I was, and I said, that's not gonna be me. I saw myself growing up in bed, coming back, going to bed. I said, that's not me. I'd rather make a quarter of the money, but have freedom, and I'm gonna go out there and do whatever I can to go ahead and make it happen. So that's why I said we've been going from one thing to another. But even while we were picking up garbage, guys, I was always working on something. I always had a plan B, A, B, C, D, E. I always had another plan. Some of them guys were even legal. All right, so I tried it all. Look, this is the deal. While that was going on, again, I'm just being transparent, and I'm sharing this because maybe somebody in this room is going through something like what I was going through, and you need to know that there's hope. You can get out of that. That's why we became so. That's where my fire comes from, guys. My fire comes from the fear of ever going back to where my life was. That's where my fire comes from. my mom used to always say, you know what, you can't be, money doesn't grow on trees, Mike. Money doesn't grow, and I proved her wrong. I grew some trees and it, but guys, one thing I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna be transparent. You guys want to know the deal? I'm real. I'm gonna be real. You need to know the real truth, okay? But guys, I was broke. We've always been broke, but we've never been broken. We've been poor, but we've never been poor-minded, poor-spirited. Never, never, never. Guys, here never broke. Here, yeah. Not here. This is where it counts. Never been broke-spirited, guys. Okay, this is something I always say. I love this because Jerry and I talk about this all the time. Jerry Down, love you, brother. Congratulations, man. But I always say this, guys. A lot of people, again, I held a job, maybe one or two jobs in my life, and we did good. And she knows every job I ever went after I always got it. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I'm just not built for it. But people are always so afraid to lose their jobs. Jerry and I talk about it all the time. Their biggest fear is to lose their job. Our biggest fear is to have to go and get a job. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. Change your program, guys. Guys, let me tell you why I don't like to, be confined within a, and I understand how you can become depressed and not be so outgoing, because if you're limited to $1,000 a week, it's hard to dream outside that $1,000 a week. So that's why I'd rather make a lot less, but go out there and have the opportunity to at least, believe that I can make more. And that's a big difference. When I met Steve and Gina Merritt, I was buying and selling cars. I used to go to the auction. I used to buy the cars that nobody wanted. All right, I used to buy cash cars, so $1,000 cars, $2,000 cars. I used to put them in the street with a big white shoe marker thing. Those ones you see in the corner that everybody loves so much when there's something in your corner. But that's how we were making money. So I was buying and selling buying and selling clothes online. I had saved about $25,000. By the time I met Steve and Gina Merritt, I had big garbage for about 2-3 years at that point. We had saved $25,000. I put it all towards a franchise. I was going to do the salad creation. Steve makes fun of me all the time. Where are they going to send you? Salad University and all this stuff? Bunch of kids. But I met Steve and Gina Merritt, and I told them what was my deal. I put this money down, Steve, I'm an entrepreneur, whatever. I didn't tell them that was all the money I had, and I didn't have anything else, because, I put it all in there. The rest was going to be a $200,000 loan that we were going to get. Back then, anybody could have gotten a loan. We were getting a loan under my dead uncle's bird or something like that. Everybody got a loan back then. You guys know that. So I spoke to Steve. He said, Mike, check this out. I look at it. I was like, oh my God. He says, listen, I would suggest you go get your money back. You can go into that anytime you want. Give this an opportunity. And I went all in. Let me tell you something. I didn't tell Steve I didn't have the money. Guys, that's one thing. People who are going to do this, they're not going to tell you you don't have the money. If you show me a pile of dirt, and you tell me, Mike, underneath it, there's amazing amounts of gold, diamonds, jewels, whatever, do you have a shovel? Yes, I do. Even though I don't, I know I'm going to find me a shovel. All right? So when I didn't have the money, I knew I was going to get it. He asked me this, Mike, how big do you want to go? I said, I want to pass you, brother. Remember, Steve? I said, I want to pass you. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I wanted to pass him. Guy was making a lot of money. So he says, that's great, Mike. That means you're gonna talk to a lot of people. Every time you talk to people, you have to do like Gina did. When Gina met you, she gave you a bottle and a brochure. Yeah, right? I said, yeah. So every time you meet somebody, you need to do that. Do you rather share a $20 bottle or a $35 bottle? Basically, he told me how to come in the right way. Get 12 cases. I'm like, I got it. Let's do it. He said, okay, you need a credit card. I said, okay, choose 2, 3. I got 2 or 3 of them. None of them have any credit, but which one do you want? Right? I said, guys, you don't need money for this business. You need attitude, and I had a lot of that. So I showed him like that. He said, okay, this is how much it's gonna be. It's gonna be about $1. It's gonna be about $1,200. I'm like, great, go ahead. So inside, I'm like, I was like, yeah. Meanwhile, inside thinking, Lord, if you help me, help this transaction go through, I swear to God, I'm gonna be a better husband, a better dad, a better person. I'm not gonna swear as much, right? So I'm doing, but I'm there like this. Then he tells me, all right, it went through. I'm like, of course. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. That's all. But guys, that's my point with that. People who are going to build a business, they talk, I don't have money, I don't have time. They're telling you right now, that's not the person you need. I'm just telling you. Next one. Next screen. All right. With a little bit of cash.
Just one thing I want to say before that, because you skipped that. The guy who sponsored us is not in the business, guys. 30 days after, he quit. Who did we follow? We followed Steve and Gina Merry, which were the winners there. We didn't get discouraged and say, oh, our sponsors, they quit the business. No, we kept on going. We were strong and serious about what we wanted to do.
That's it. You can change that screen. Next screen, please. Next screen. Okay, so guys, this is the deal. I didn't know anything when I started this business. Steve and Gina Merry sponsored us, and the next day they went out to Costa Rica, the Black Diamond trip. The diamond trip. I had not seen the presentation. I didn't know anything. The guy drew a bunch of circles. He pretty much just spun me around. He can't draw for his life. But I didn't understand anything. But it was his confidence and the way that he just made everything simple. He didn't complicate things. So I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. If this guy can make this kind of money, we're gonna make at least 1,000 a week. I mean, come on. He didn't pretend to be sharp and all intelligent, whatever. The very next day, I start calling everybody to my house. You know, I was trained. I was throwing up on everybody. I called everybody up like with this expression, you gotta come to my house. Oh my God, this is life or death. Mike, what's going on? Listen, I can't talk about it right now. They might be listening on the phone. Tomorrow, 7:30. Guess how many people showed up to my house? Guess how many people showed up? 0. So I said, wait a second. You want to know how many friends you have? Have a tasting party. So anyway, I did that again and again. Nobody ever came to my house and said this. My gosh, I said life or death. They might be here on the phone. I could have been gagged for all they know. Nobody came to save me, right? So, but listen to this. I knew that somewhere out there I can find 2 people. I know out there I can find somebody that can actually pick up the phone, invite some friends, and I don't know, some people might actually come over. I wasn't that person, but I was gonna find him, and I found one guy, Andre Francois. I told him, listen, this business is great, oh my God, and again, I wasn't letting those things affect me, and I started telling him, this is amazing, this is the easiest thing ever, you're gonna call your friends, you're gonna invite them over to your house, look, I do it all the time. I just never told him that nobody came to my house, that was none of his business. I wanted to see how many people he could get, and he got 8 people from there, guys, we just went deep, 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 took us all the way to Diamond, with 2 people all the way to Diamond. So, guys, I'm gonna go right into this. Listen, one of the biggest lessons I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a people business. It's a people business. Basically, you're gonna learn how people work and how to work with people. Bottom line, you're gonna go out there, connect with people, build a new relationship. Guys, that's the key. You know what? I would sit down next to you going to a city, and before you sat down next to me in an airplane and put your buckle, I'd already thrown up all over you. And I started learning, wait, something we're doing is wrong, it's not working. And I began to learn the skills. The skills you're gonna have to learn. So I said, okay, I started listening to all these audios. Steve and Gina, Brig and Lita, our system was amazing, R3 Global. Now, my gosh, guys, I believe in this because it's proven. I'm here because of this system. Okay, so it works, there's no doubt about it. If you work it, it's gonna work for you. So now I learned, listen, relax, Mike, you gotta build a relationship before you can go and attack them. They need to like you. They need to know. You have to build a relationship, get to know the guy. How to win friends and influence people, the form, family, occupation, recreation, motive. So I started learning, guys, I'm telling you something. This is a profession, okay? You're gonna have to learn these things. Bottom line, if not, see you later. You're not gonna get here, okay? This is a profession. So I began, okay, let me relax. Mike, relax. Let the guy put his seatbelt on. Right? Don't look yet. We got a 5-hour flight, relax. So okay, I'm like, okay. Because guys, if you're doing the wrong thing and you don't know it, it's terrible. But as long as you wake up your brain, you're like, this is what I'm doing wrong. Even though you continue to do it wrong, but you become aware, great. So I'm like, okay, look at the guy and just see if he smiles. He smiled, he smiled, he smiled. Relax. Relax. So guys, I learned this. I gotta be easy. Start talking. So where do you go? Oh my God. So guys, all these little things, this is what you're gonna learn. This is part of growing in this business. Guys, this is like poker. This is a people business. You just gotta figure them out. And you gotta learn how they work and learn how to work them. Learn how to work with them. But it's like cards, it's like poker, guys. It's not about the cards you dealt, it's how you play your hand. Is it not true? I mean, come on, does everybody poker win with the best hand? No. But here's the thing, with poker is that, and you gotta have a poker face. You gotta have your game face all the time. That's the difference in my business.
Yeah, guys, one thing, we all get discouraged. We all get discouraged. We all have things going on in our life. We wake up, we're sad, we're cranky. All the same things happen to us, but you know what? We turn off that switch. We turn off the positivity switch on in the morning, and you know what we do? We go out there with faith, with expectation, and we go out there to bring fire, you know, to talk to people. That's what this is all about, guys.
Yeah, baby. Hey, can you go back one slide, please? Go back one slide. Okay, my last sign-ups. I want you to, guys, I'm still sponsoring people. I qualified for the Black Diamond, Black Tie event. Look, you don't have to be too sorry. But I qualified, I didn't even know, because I'm sponsoring people. I'm sponsoring people every single day. Look, in the last month, we sponsored about 5-6 people. Guys, let me tell you about my last sign-ups. I'm understanding the business now. So now I go to every single gym, I get these passes, 2 months, 1 month, and I go in there, guys, and I'm looking to build relationships. Every single day, I'm looking to smile, say hi. And guys, I go in there, and the very first day, I'm just in there, just smiling, you know, just getting to know everybody. New day at the gym, right? The very next following days, I get to, hey, how you doing? Hey, kiss it. Then I start going a week, 2 weeks, start giving some compliments. Man, you look great. I see you have great arms. Compliments, guys. How to win friends and influence people. You gotta start reading these things. So now you're not gonna get here. So now I'm learning to learn these guys, getting to know people, little by little. Just ask all these questions. Figure out. They're gonna tell you why they need this business. For 2 months, I didn't speak to anybody about Wanna Be. It was all about them. Learning, getting acquainted, getting people to like me. All of a sudden, 2 months later, after all these questions, guess what starts to happen? They start asking me questions. Mike, what do you do? I'm glad you asked. You know what? I've been thinking about you. And now I go into it, guys. Guess what? I started sponsoring everybody. They don't know this, but the very first day I walked into that gym and I smiled at them, I was working on them. That is the biggest lessons I'm getting in my life. It's strategic, guys. You're gonna have to learn these strategies, there's skills, there's techniques, and you're only gonna get them by learning, reading, listening, participating. Reading, listening, participating. Next, no, that was the gym. So then I fly to Brazil. I get there and right away customs. A guy in New York City, you know, I look like a smuggler, I don't know what it is. But you, go through there. Great, guys. I told you how I worked on people for 2 months. Now I'm dealing with a guy, I'm only gonna be with him for 5-10 minutes. He's going through all my bags. Work on him, just ask questions, say little things. Pick this curiosity, get this information. Boom, sponsor a guy. This guy knows big people in Brazil. He already went star 1,000 within a week. So that was the second guy. Now, check this out, guys. I get to Rio. We're driving, I get picked up. 2 minutes later, first time in Rio, ever. Driving, all of a sudden I see all these cop cars. They close the road. I'm like, this is interesting. All of a sudden, they're letting the cars go through one by one at a time. I'm talking all the military guys with all the guns and everything. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. So now it's our turn to go through. Oh my God, all these cops come to us with guns to our heads, throw us to the floor. I'm like, is this a movie? I wasn't prepared. So now I'm like, okay, it's not a movie. Guys, apparently this car had been reported, my buddy's car, he had been carjacked a month earlier. The guy called him, listen, you want your car back? Come give me $5,000 or something that happens over there. So he goes back, he gets his car, pays the money, he goes to the police station. They didn't report that the car was recuperating. So now we're driving around in a stolen car. They kill you in Brazil for that. Right? So this is my point, guys, my point. I spent 5 hours in jail. Immediately I got to Brazil. I'm saying this is my point, guys. If you're gonna spend 5 hours with me, I'm working you. This is me in jail. Guys, they wanted to kick my butt for taking pictures with the cops. They don't play that. This is me in the cop car that separated us. All right? Then this is us in the precinct. That's my buddy right there, Romulo. All right? Then that's me. Afterwards, all the cops are like this. Hey, sir, wait. Sir, I want to know more about this business. That's my buddy, Tony Rosa. We're sponsoring police officers in Rio. Guys, what's my point of this? This is my point with this. You're waiting for opportunities to come here and just wake you up. Hey, here you go. We don't wait for opportunities, we make them. Steve and Gina, baby. Love you guys.